Janine, so yeah, break the suspense. This is good. This is progress. So here's what I want to add to it, because I just like the body position better, and I feel like it was a good throw overall. I feel like you're a lot more balanced. You're in your feet. I just dig it all. I feel like there was better hip extension. Here's what I want to add though. When we get to here, I like that you're staying on the right so much. Really, really good. Also, just a question: what's your comfort level or the reasoning behind having the bag so far out on the fork? The reason I ask is not because I think it's bad. I messed around with it a little bit. I didn't notice a big difference, so I didn't stick with it. I'm just curious what you feel by getting it further out on the fork like that instead of nesting it against your hand. Just a question. But yeah, I like how much you're out on the right. And in general, I like the violence. That's good. I want that. Here's what I see happening a little bit. It all looks good in slow motion, but when I play full speed, like right at the end, like there's the lack of kind of pop on it. And I'll show you what I mean here. It seems like it's just a little bit more of a push at the end than it is like a snap, than getting that real violent snap through at the end. So I'm kind of wondering if we couldn't emphasize your hip extension a little bit more. And I'm thinking about ways to do that. I think it's pretty good overall. It's just that like there's not like the what you'd call the technical block in this throw or whatever up here. It just seems like it's a lot of right hand push and sort of like last second kind of elevating with the arm and everything like that. I would like you to maybe think about because you do pretty good at getting set on here, but I feel like you're a little maybe in your toes. It's really hard to tell though from video. So I think when we're doing our prep swings, you're a little stiff-legged, not a lot though. It's not like these are, minor degrees of change we're talking about here. But I wouldn't mind seeing you get a little bit more power positiony, like more like a little bit softer knees, a little bit hips and hamstrings loaded back. Because I think what might be happening is when you get to here, I think the hips and hamstrings are already coming forward quite a bit, and they're not able to extend through as much as they need to. I think you're not, like in Olympic lifting terms, you're not kind of humping the bar, as it were. You're still over it. It's still pretty good. Like I said, these are minor degrees, but I think you can get a little bit more violence out of this and stay in your feet longer instead of coming to the toes quite as soon. I think you could stay in like a planted foot position and get a longer, harder extension. If you can just throughout the prep swings, think about just being a little softer on the knees, being a little lower with the knees, just a little, and kind of setting those hips back, like loading them up, like you would, in a power position for a weightlifting movement, basically. Like how in a snatch, when the bar gets to your knees, that you're trying to stay, like right at that moment, you want to be chest over bar and then hips loaded back, right? So I think that's going to give you that kind of cue if you can get just a little bit lower with hips loaded back through here. But overall, big improvement. I like the throw. I like the delivery. I like the path of the bag. That's all really good stuff. I just think we could get a little bit more violence on the end of it. And that's going to be really hard, by the way, at the Arnold with a 16-pound bag. So trying to be quick, trying to be snappy at all is not going to look like it when you throw at the Arnold this week. But if you can have that little last pop on it, I think that's really going to do a lot. So let's work on, again, loading back during the prep swings. Just get a little bit lower. Give yourself some more room for those hips to pop forward.